The only thing that matters is that you are #1 ranked. It is kind of funny to see that he's just continuously not understanding.
Honestly feels like he's trying to explain a really elaborate board game.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Okay, well, I haven't started explaining the rules yet.
And I've just smoked a huge joint. Like,
you know what? That is a great encapsulation right there as to what it is like trying to be a seller on Amazon. I actually love that a lot. There's a lot of videos and content within the Amazon space as a whole, and this is something that has been going on for quite a while. Even we are a huge perpetrator of it. Whether it's educational material, walkthroughs, bids are going to work exceptionally similarly to the budget before. News about Amazon or anything in between, or even reactionary content. Typically, we're always making the former of that content, but today I'm going to be doing the latter and actually doing some reaction to some Amazon content. More specifically speaking, there is one creator who actually came out with a video recently. His name is Levi Hildebrand, and he came out with this video, Amazon is getting worse. And so in this video, Levi actually goes through and at one point watches some of my content and talks a lot about it. And I thought it would be a fun little experiment to go through, watch some of that, and give my own reaction to what is Levi is having issues with when it comes to Amazon, give the seller and agency side of it, and understand a little bit as well from what the buyer's experience on the platform is. So without further ado, let's hop right in here and watch the video ourselves.
those bestseller or Amazon choice badges that you see on the website when you're scrolling, well, there isn't exactly a external third-party review process to make sure that those are given out fairly. In many cases, those badges are conveniently directing sales towards specific products, the ones in many cases that Amazon owns. But even if Amazon's products aren't the ones with the badges, it still somehow manages to rank the platform in such a way that their products show up first. And look,
I do want to touch on that lightly. So the reason that Amazon Basics products show up first is not from a ranking standpoint. It's not the fact that they are truly like the best product. It's that Amazon purposely puts them there. So you'll actually notice in the video there on 1 second where each one of these different products, you'll see this little tab up here where it says featured from Amazon brands. So Amazon specifically will put a featured Amazon product, an Amazon Basics product at the very top. It has nothing to do with ranking anytime Amazon Basics products are at the very top of search, and entirely to do with, yes, Amazon essentially saying, hey, we have this product too, buy ours instead of anybody else who uses our platform. So definitely something that sucks, but it has nothing to do with ranking there.
Platform in such a way that their products show up first. And look, we can't really fully say that these badges are a scam because we don't have enough information about how they do this, but let's just try and listen to this guy, a seller on Amazon, try to explain the system as a seller, from a seller's perspective. What the
Hey, I know that guy.
badges mean and why they matter. Let's see.
On the platform. So the bestseller badge is always going to be category dependent. Doesn't matter what your reviews are. It doesn't matter what your sales velocity is. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is that you are #1 ranked. At the end of the day, Ali is just winning from a sales velocity standpoint because they're pushing more from an ad side and they're getting more sales. I love this. I love this zoom in aspect that he has going on here. I will, to give him credit here, I don't think I explained that totally super well, but it is kind of funny to see that he's just continuously not understanding.
I have watched this whole video and I don't understand any of what he just said. You can tell with the amount of jargon that he is throwing around, sales velocity, ad spends, all of this stuff is just to cloud the marketplace with rules that are supposedly understandable, that are supposedly going to make you successful on this page. But as he
I will kind of agree with him in one instance there, in the sense that a lot of it is just fluff, especially when we're talking about things like bestseller badges and, the best new seller badge, the, top seller badge, the best seller badge. Like, there's so many of these different badges, and yeah, it's really hard to understand. And it's something that I think, even seasoned sellers don't really know all of the logistics that go into actually getting any of these badges. And He's not wrong. It is a lot of rules and a lot of just kind of regulation for the point of being, understandable. And it's not. It doesn't help the end consumer a lot of times, or sellers even. It actually can drastically hurt sellers to not have one of these badges, right? And especially when, people can have a brand new product that gets released at some point in time, and suddenly within 2 weeks they have that best new seller badge and they are ranked number 2 for some reason, right? And that is one of those things that can be so frustrating as a seller who has been on the platform for years. They've been selling the different product for years. And so they go through and they're trying to essentially, understand this. And I understand, especially from a buyer perspective, why it could be so confusing, because sellers themselves also are super confused on this. And so the thick of it comes down to sales velocity and comes down to ad spend, right? It essentially, how much are you selling from both a unit perspective but also a revenue perspective. And so I think that's the sales velocity aspect that's a little confusing. You can be selling 1,000 units of a product that is $100, right? And you will be making $100,000 in revenue, but you could also be selling 5,000 units of another product that is, let's say, only, $20, and that is $100,000 in revenue. Amazon is going to consider the product that is selling 5,000 units to be a better seller than the product that is selling 1,000 units, regardless of the fact that they both are making $100,000 in revenue, because Amazon wants to see things moving through as fast as possible and wants to see your total amount of sales go up, not just the revenue dollar amount. And so that especially comes into play when we're looking at things like ad spend at the end of the day, because you can, at that $100 mark, be throwing tons of money into ad spend, but the guy at the $20 mark can't do that.
Sneakily mentions there, a lot of this doesn't actually matter unless you're just selling a ton of crap. Like,
this is very true. A lot of it does not matter unless, like I said, you're selling a ton of units at the end of the day. That is the number one thing that Amazon cares about above everything else, is the number of units you are actually moving through at any given time.
This is maybe not the best product, but it's a bestseller because they've paid to have more advertisements for their product, to rank it in such a way to get more sales. Like,
yes and no to that extent. I think I understand what he's talking about, but you can't obviously just spend money on advertisements to get like a bestseller rank or a bestseller badge. You can to get your product showing at top of search, but it does come into a little bit more than just that as far as the actual ranking goes.
There is not a necessarily like proven way to be the best. There's just ways that you can manipulate the system to your advantage to sell more stuff. So
yeah, kind of. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone knows that the aspects around the algorithm and ranking comes down to the number one thing is just conversions, right? How many units are you selling through? What is your conversion rate? How many people are clicking on your product? Do you have the right keywords that you are then getting, searches for, that are then getting clicks for, and then people are buying that product? How many reviews do you have? What is your review percentage? Are you a 3.9 star product, or are you a 4.9 star product, right? So there's a lot more, I think, monotony in there, but I totally understand from a buyer perspective, yeah, that none of that matters to them like it does a seller.
It's not a system that encourages the best products. It encourages certain kinds of business behaviors that are not for the end user. Like, this is not going to make sure that the majority of people buy the best product. It's just there to create an environment where sellers have to compete with each other to make money.
I would 100% agree with Levi here. It is absolutely not going to be the best product that is ranked number one or has a bestseller badge or anything like that at any given time, right? There are a lot of really, really, really garbage products on Amazon nowadays that are at that top seller rank or that number one rank in any category at any given time, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean that they are a, by and large, better product, so to speak, than any of their competitors. It only just means exactly what I have said and what he is saying, that a conversion has happened more often on that product. A lot of times, and I've said this over and over, price is the number one converting factor. And so that's a big problem for a platform like Amazon, because conversions at the end of the day equal better ranking. And if you can just have your product be the lowest price, it also could potentially be the lowest quality. It's essentially just a, hey, who can have the lowest price to lowest quality ratio that buyers will still say this is a good enough product for what I am trying to do.
Honestly feels like he's trying to explain a really elaborate board game, and I've just smoked a huge joint. Like,
you know what? That is a great encapsulation right there as to what it is like trying to be a seller on Amazon. I actually love that a lot.
it makes so little sense to me. And what I think we now are starting to understand is that this is on purpose. Amazon has created this elaborate and ever-changing platform that sellers are constantly trying to hack and manipulate to their advantage based on sales volumes and reviews, etc., because that makes more money for Amazon. Just like we talked about in our TikTok shop video, there is a whole world online of people who make their living selling courses, talking to other people about how to make money selling stuff on Amazon and TikTok shop. That's what this guy is doing. His whole account's called My Amazon Guy. But the reality is that
literally a thing. And I'll stop there because that's kind of the end of where he kind of reacts to a lot of our content, so to speak. But it is a real thing. I mean, Amazon has created such a platform for sellers and for buyers, for that matter, at this point in time, where it's a giant board game, and Amazon is 9 times out of 10 the winner of that board game. And so that is literally why businesses like ours and agencies like ours exist, to essentially try and level that playing field for as many of the different brands that we work with as possible. And so we utilize the years of experience and knowledge that we have built up, having sold just millions and billions of dollars worth of product, to try and hone the algorithm, so to speak, right? We know the SEO that we need to be hitting. We know the ad strategies that we need to be hitting. We know how to create good content and good design work that people want to click on and that will help people convert on different products. And so it's the algorithm at the end of the day that Amazon has created to try and essentially make a giant competition amongst sellers. But at the end of the day, we all know the one tried and true thing, and that is there's all of us versus Amazon. And I think at this point in time, that's starting to extend to people like Levi and to just buyers on the platform as a whole. And so all of that being said, I think Levi has some great takes. If you want to go over to his channel and watch the rest of the video, I really would encourage that. It's a great video, and he does have some really, really good points about Amazon as a platform and what has happened to it and where it's going. And so definitely go check out. And if you're somebody who has ever thought of selling on Amazon, or you are currently selling on Amazon and you need some help, feel free to come and reach out to us here at My Amazon Guy. Head over to our website and speak with one of my expert team members who can help you out and try and get past all of this, as he had put it, in shitification of Amazon, so that you can get your products seen and sold.